you so much. I can come here.
Okay, you're welcome.
We are in the Mahidol University
Yeah.
Institute of Nutrition. It's a huge campus here. How many? It's hundreds practically of buildings.
Yeah.
A whole city. How many students are there?
We have about 10,000.
10,000 students. Mr. Visith Chavasit is an associate professor. You studied in Kasetsart. You started in Kasetsart and you finished the PhD in Oregon in the USA.
Yeah, that's
now you're here in the Institute of Nutrition in Mahidol. So your main fields of interest are functional food, food fortification, sensory evaluation, and production processes, good production processes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about edible insects. That's our main interest.
Okay.
Now, what can edible insects do in the field of functional food or food fortification?
In fact, we for the Thai people, we have consumed insect for a long time, especially in the certain area that close to the Lao border. So in the northeast provinces of Thailand, several kind of insects you will be surprised that we found in nature they can eat it. So as a food scientist that work for nutrition, I used to go there 30 years ago, in fact, to do the research on that one, and we found that in fact people eat a lot and we expect that it's supposed to be source of protein. That time people have in that area about 50% of them have malnutrition. So it means that they have underweight. They have underweight.
But malnutrition in energy or in certain substances?
We call protein energy malnutrition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Protein.
So they don't have enough protein. In fact.
Okay.
The energy. So mainly the energies come from carbohydrate, from rice.
Yeah.
So since they don't eat enough protein, so the protein in rice also used as energy, so that's why they have PEM or protein energy malnutrition. We feel that insect should be the source of protein for them, but that idea is not so widely accepted by the government, and we just look at it. Okay, we analyze. Okay, this good source of protein and also fat, and then think that I learned later is chitin, right? Chitin in insect. Chitin, in my opinion, it can be like a animal fiber because it cannot be digested by the body. Right? So it's another part that it also interests to study in it. Insect also have some pigment by itself. We never know that how that pigment can be benefit to the body or can be harmful. But in terms of harmful, since people eat it for a long time, and many of them eat a lot, so. Sometimes time proves that if they never be harmed by the natural insect, it should be okay. But if you want to be a single source of protein, I think you need to do more study on that one. Yeah.
Okay, that was 30 years ago. So what kind of insects have been eaten there 30 years ago?
Several kinds. You will not believe it. I was surprised also when I went there. In buffalo dung.
Yeah.
There will be a
buffalo
kind of
dung.
We call like mangoji,
Okay.
They get it and they clean it. They eat also, and the silkworm is very normal.
Yeah, that's a big amount also.
Because they over there in the past they make silk by themselves. For their own use in the family. So if you go to visit them, sometimes the old people that doing the silk trade, they just pick up the
of course.
So it's just like a soft peanut. And grasshopper a lot because you can find when you grow some like a corn or some kind of agronomy plant, you're gonna get some grasshopper in there. Cricket from nature, they have a holes in the soil. They just try to get it together.
That was a hard work then to take a cricket from the ground. So compared to cultivation,
cricket can be a toy for the children. And then also for the food also.
because they sing or what?
Okay. They use for them to fight each other. And also bamboo worm.
Yes, bamboo worm.
Bamboo
worm. Still very famous.
It's very famous. They cannot feed it right now. They cannot cultivate it right now, but they can find in nature. and tastes so good. When
difficult to cultivate also, bamboo worm. Compared with crickets.
That's true. Yeah, but right now they can cultivate. I think I saw the scorpion farm.
Scorpion farm.
Yeah, scorpion farm and the palm weevil.
Yeah, palm weevil. Yeah, so cool.
It's very rich in fat. I think. Yeah. So when you grill it, it smell good.
So that was 30 years ago. Now a lot changed in that field. Today there's a big industry. I've heard about 20,000 farms, cricket farms now today in Thailand.
Cricket farm is a very big one. And Dr. Jindana, my colleague, he did the study on it, so I had a chance to follow her to visit the farm. One thing that's interesting is it doesn't need so much area to grow it, and not much investment, and not much time consuming for the feeder, right? So they can find something that like a small area, big 1, 2 or 3 ponds, concrete ponds, you can do it already, and the feed. They can use the chicken feed available in the commercially, right? And also they can use the leaf from the nature, right? So, certain kind of plants. But the most interesting is the farm, the feeder or the cultivator, the people who cultivate inform us that if the plant or the leaf that they use got contaminated with some chemical, the insect will die. Very easy. So they mean that it's so sensitive to the contamination. So in my opinion, I think this is imply about the safety of the animal itself. Because it's very so sensitive, right?
This is also with crickets. I heard it from Bombix mora that this is very fragile.
Cricket is very fragile also. This is what I listened from them. Right? They said that they try to find something that they call organic. That they pick it up from the jungle and no contaminate from outside. From the farmers that grow some plants, right? So should not contaminate with any pesticide. And that one they can get used for feeding. So this is one that screening that show that at least chemical contamination should not be the problem in this case.
Is there already now a functional food with insect powder or cricket powder in Thailand? I heard once that there is a sort of a powder for malnourished children that was accepted by the government in the 80s from Bombix mora, just the powder.
I think that time we tried to find any source of protein available in the village, right? So you can. It's just not only for the insect. Any kind of beans that can grow in the area. For example, or seed, right? Oil seed in there. So insect is only part of it. But in terms of since no feeding, right? So no farming yet. So in terms of like a bulk production, mass production, maybe it's not so in terms of commercial available or commercial accessibility, or it's not possible, not feasible yet. So that time, I think we did a lot of study in terms of protein, fat in there, and we have the formulation to mix with rice, and then to increase their protein availability and also protein content. But I think in practical, people still prefer the normal diet that they have, and also
traditional
diet. And insect normally is how you call it?
Just snack food or what?
Just snack food, and it's a premium one, If you go to the restaurant that have insect, sometimes you pay more.
This is much more expensive than chicken.
More expensive than chicken. And if you go to in the past in the restaurant that serve insect, right? People just get in there, cost more.
So also insects are probably a food stuff from the hunter-gatherer stage of the society, where you go through the field and eat what's on the tree.
That's true.
And not something like agriculture that you produce it actively. Or pest. That's one of the most the best form of pest control. That you go out to eat the pest insect.
Not really, but partly maybe it helps. When sometimes it's we used to that one listen from the news. Right? people go to the like a festival in the church, in the temple, and then they sell the grasshopper, the fried grasshopper, and people die from it because of the grasshopper that they catch. They use the pesticide to kill it. Yeah, so this is the one that's why grasshopper is not so. I mean, in terms of farming, people feel that if they do the farming for grasshopper, maybe if it come out, it can destroy the plant.
Yeah.
But for the cricket, they don't destroy the plant.
Yeah.
So this is maybe one reason. Yeah.
So I heard that sometimes grasshoppers are served in the temples also. Is it allowed in Buddhism to eat the insect? Or
in fact,
I mean, in some religions, it's a bit a critical stage about eating insects. So what is about Buddhism?
Buddhism is not no rule for that one.
Okay.
And in fact, I think for Buddha, want the monk to eat anything that the people in the community eat it.
Okay.
So they will not be stranger.
So the monks go with their bowl and
they can eat
what they get.
What they get from the community.
Oh, okay. So that's not kind of insects that are forbidden to be eaten.
No. I don't think in as I find in our religions we don't have anything prohibit in terms of the eating.
So 2 days ago I asked Patrick Durst from the FAO in Bangkok whether he knows whether the king has the birthday tomorrow, whether he's eating insects too. Do you know about that?
I think maybe he tastes everything because when he go to the village, people ask him to eat everything.
Yeah, so because he's the father of Thailand. He's a role model. If he would eat it, so it would also create. You don't know it.
I don't know about that.
No. I have a question about an insect that is very famous in Europe, but I only see it here. If you go to the Chatuchak market, you only see it in the pet food section. Tenebrio molito, the mealworm. Why is it not eaten traditionally in Asia? I always wondered why is it. I mean, they eat a lot of insects, but I've never seen it on a food court with insect Tenebrio molito. Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's not the kind that we're familiar with. Because I asked Dr. Chinata also about this, and she said that what she found is only used for like when you go fishing.
Just for feeding pet food, reptiles or fish. Or
I think maybe it's not the kind that we familiar with.
Okay.
Because I mean sometimes, for example, like a earthworm, right?
Yeah.
You never eat it also.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So sometimes that if the people in the area that they like to eat the insect, if they prefer something that they can have, and then they found it tastes good, and it's fit for their culture, they prefer to eat it, and we follow them. In fact, it's not the new thing that we introduce into their life. We follow what they have before many years ago. And so this is the culture that introduced by them, not we introduced to them.
So if you look at the variety of insects that are eaten here in Thailand, you also have to decide which one are the best for your aim for food fortification, for example, and to prevent malnourishment. Is really a cricket the best insect for that, or is that because it has a high chitin content, it has a gut content also, there are microbial problems with it that you don't have with pupas of Bombyx mori, for example. So how do you decide which species are the best or are good for you?
If you use a criteria for choosing in terms of the fortification, right? To prevent the PEM, protein energy malnutrition, I will look at for the protein content and fat content as a basic, because for the cereal we are lacking of those nutrients. That's the main idea to choose it. But for the taste itself, we have to look at in my opinion, after tasting many insects, I think I prefer the cricket.
Okay.
It tastes better than the grasshopper.
Okay.
And then also the grasshopper, you have some sharp part. When you eat it sometimes,
Of course,
But for the cricket,
that can be dangerous also.
Yeah, very dangerous. I used to get hit it in my mouth. But for the cricket, you can eat the whole insect with no sharp stuff. If you talk about insect itself for the source of protein, I think it depends on how much you can get for availability. Also, if you can grow it, right, and then get it in the large amount, and also in terms of the taste, if people prefer it when you mix with the rice or any staple food in their country, in their area. Yeah. In my opinion, I think insect maybe right now for the Thai it's become like a premium food.
Okay.
And it should not be back to be used in the food-to-food fortification. But if you study further, maybe in Africa where the area very dry, very limited, we can choose certain kind of insect because insect can survive many places.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
Yeah, so the insect that fit to the weather, we try to feed them with small amount of water they can survive and can be the good source of protein for them, right? So you can mix with the any kind of flower, cassava flower, any flower that they can grow in there, and then mix to increase the value in terms of the nutritive value in there. That one should be benefit for them, but for the long-term feeding, I think we need to study more.
Yeah.
Because if you have only source of protein from insect, right? I don't know. In the long term, maybe have some side effect for the people. We have to study more.
Okay.
Yeah. But for the it's used as for the premium grade for the snack, it's fine.
But Bombix mora is eaten since 5,000 years. Airy silkworm also it's a long history of cultivation already. Yeah. So from there you should be sure that they are not harmful for the people. But you mean for the new introduced species, like for example crickets, you don't have these data about it.
Silkworm, I think we eat as snack, you know. But I mean it. If it's main source of protein, only source of protein, single source of protein. So in terms of nutrition, when you eat anything for long time by not changing, it's not good.
Okay.
We want variety of food, right? Diversity. So this is a point that we have to consider.
Okay. For food fortification, one of the points that is always brought to discussion is that insects are good in iodine, in iron and stuff like that. Is that true? Do they have really good qualities for food fortification?
We never study availability of this mineral in Thailand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That if this mineral is available to for the like a certain of kind of mineral, sometimes you have to be careful because many forms is not available to the body.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's been like a block with some chemicals. You know, in that environment.
Yeah.
And then the body cannot use it. So when analysis, you get calcium should be a lot in there because you have the like a shell, right? The calcium, the peg, the chitin right in there. So that one we have to study more. That if they eat that one, we're gonna get calcium or not. But I think at least we got some. Yeah.
You are an expert in iron availability. You made a study for the United Nations, I think. In Germany, I think, or also you are an expert in iodine deficiency. So there's no study until now about this.
No,
with insects. Okay,
no.
So why not?
It's interesting.
Not enough money for making the study.
We have to do in the human study. So it means that we have to have the people that eat insect for a while and we look at.
That's a human that you make a human study. Not only look for how much is in the insect.
Some of the mineral we cannot give the definite answer until we did the human study. That's the point.
And is this going to start now, or because it's a huge industry now. 20,000 farmers making crickets, so that's a huge amount of.
Maybe we look at this kind of study, because I think, as I told you before, that in Thailand is not the main, it's not the main source of nutrient that we look at now, and just the specific group of the people eat it, right? And it's not the widely consumed. But certainly it's a kind of premium food that people will select when they want to have something that for fun, for snack or something like that. So if you want to make it serious food like a food that provide enough nutrient for its protein, fat, and also mineral. We have to do the more study on that one for sure.
And then you have to do processing of insects also
Yeah,
in powders, so that you can mix it together with, let's say, hamburgers or whatever, to make some new food product. But that's one of your functional food.
Yeah.
It's one of your main fields of interest too.
Yeah.
So is there a way?
In my opinion, I think insect. If you look at functional food, right? I am interested in like insect as a part of the animal fiber.
Okay.
Because if you look at the functional food, that means that you got the your protein and the fat is part of the nutrient that's supposed to get it from insect. But in terms of the mineral, certain mineral that may be very trace in mineral, we never study on it. And also certainly they have is a chitin. Then we never study that. Okay, we want to have the animal, plant fiber, right? But animal fiber, we never study how it affects in our body. How it affects.
Let's talk about processing.
Yeah.
You also are interested in the processes, how it's made, the food. What can be said about producing cricket, for example? Are there some critical points that you have to control?
For the cricket itself, from a interview from the farmers, right? When they die, they tend to be rotten very fast.
I mean, when they die inside of the cultivation.
Cultivation area.
Okay.
So it means that you have to be careful that when you kill them, right? It means that you have to stop all the process very fast. Maybe the enzyme in the body work very fast for them. Right? So it means that after that you have to freeze them or heat them immediately, and they should be safe. And make sure that if you just kill them and then you dry it, maybe it's not enough because it take a long time, and then the enzyme
decompose.
Decompose enzyme in there, right?
Okay.
Like lyase enzyme or something like that. So this kind of thing we have to stop it very very fast. So it means that after killing, either freezing or frying or heating very high, blanching.
Normally they put it into a box with ice, I think, when they are killed. This is not enough, to think.
I think maybe not enough. I think, in my opinion, I think freezing is better.
And what about organic production? I mean, this would be the best for the health and the safety issues also. Is this on the way now in Thailand? Organic production?
I don't know it's on the way, but the term organic is you have to look at the cost because the feed, the main feed is from the chicken feed, right? And chicken feed is not organic. So in this case, if you want to be organic, good is cricket also eat plant. If you can make the plant feed from organic farm, that should be okay. But it's feasible.
So that's the problem now. If there would be some organic chicken feed on the market, there would be also.
Because I think in terms of the economical feasible, chicken feed may be the cheapest one because they produce as a mass and it's available. If you have a organic chicken farm, you can have organic chicken feed, and that one can be go to this one. Otherwise, you have to have the plant-based feed, from the organic plantation.
Let's talk once again about the different kind of insects. If you compare with bamboo worm, is eating just inside of a bamboo. Grasshoppers eating outside in the field, in the rice fields. But the crickets, they are eating feed that is also food for humans. And the FAO, the World Food and Agricultural Organization, promotes producing insects which are not in concurrence with humans, so that they don't eat the same proteins as you can use yourself for your feed. So wouldn't it be an idea and also to think about other species in terms of not doing the same like with chicken and meat production? That is a problem for our global situation now.
Let me go back to the first comment of yours. I think for the cricket itself, when you talk, if you look at cricket as a chicken, right? Chicken also eat chicken feed. And cricket also eat chicken feed. So I think this is a kind of animal that we feed for consumption. The same thing. Chicken feed can come from soybean, from anything that maybe from plant-based, right? So the same. But if you look at if the feed industry make a safe feed, so you feed to the cricket, it should be safe.
Okay.
Right? So we have standard in that. But and if the chicken feed that come from plant-based, it's not different if you get some plant from other things and then give it to the cricket, right? Okay. So I think, in my opinion, with the practice that the farmers done right now, we just screen the right feed for them from the market. It should be good, because if they want to do as industry, they want to have some supply for the feed regularly, and from that available in the market that they can obtain easily, right? That part. Other choice of the insect itself, as far as I know, in Thailand, cricket is the one that they widely feed, and in fact maybe the process of feeding is not so hard for them, and the kind of the insect, they don't fly so much. They just keep eating. But if you get grasshopper, it can go around, right? And if they can do and the shape, comparing with the worm, sometimes people don't accept the worm. It looks more scary than the insect itself, I guess.
So you prefer the cricket over the worms?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure that look at the nutritive value, right? I'm not sure that maybe cricket have more, since it's grown up, it's more variety of the other nutrient phytochemicals, and not phytochemicals, I mean other kind of chemicals that in there. But maybe more than, because it's more grown up than that.
So you don't believe that insects will go from the snack food into the normal food?
Not in Thailand.
Not in Thailand.
Not in Thailand. But if you go for other country, I think it's possible. And maybe Thailand can start into the study for them, right? And then transfer the technology. Because I think in Africa, I believe that some ethnic in Africa, they eat insects.
They are important sources of protein in Africa. Some worms, like Mopani worm or something.
So the technology of feeding, if we study and look at the nutrient for them, right? And then so we can do like a formulation for them. We 30 years ago, 40 years ago, when we still have a lot of malnourished children, we formulate from the food that available in the area. We mix mung bean with rice with sesame seed, and then we give it as a complementary feed for the baby. And from that formulation, it can be practiced all over the country. And within 20 years, we change from 50% to 10%. So it's very good practice. So this is the thing that we can transfer with the insect as one source in the formulation. Why not?
So thank you very much, Mr. Visith, and I hope to see you in Switzerland one day at the Skyfood conference. It would be very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.